See, a man must have certain principles to live. There must be the guidelines. And then if you are healthy, you will be very happy. Many a time when I go to any school or college, in very simple words, I would say that you adopt 15 small little things. The first is only one, that is faith in God. God has created us, be very faithful, I think. Belief and faith in God is very essential for us. You can't do anything. Number one. Number two, I would say that two things. Then do good, be good. Very simple principle. Do good. Neki karo, nek bano. You yourself become a good person, and whatever is possible, you good do things, not bad things, kind of thing. Number two. Number three is live wisely, justly, generously. Wisely. God has given you some sort of intellect. Be useful and use them. We should condemn. And then justly. Justice is very important. Justice is the harmony between reason and conscience. Justice is giving even to devil a due. Justice is reconciling the opposite to university. Therefore, justice is a very important God. God is very just. That is why I say Tariq and Saza wa Jaza. Therefore, live wisely, justly, and generously also. So be a little large-hearted. Don't be a very straight-fisted man. Be in a position to do something to others, not a person to take something else. Therefore, the third principle is live wisely, justly, and generously. Then again, the fourth thing. In the first point, only one. God is one, nothing else is done. Second thing is God is there and man is there. And man, what kind of a man must be? He must be a good man. He must be doing good things. He must be good and he must do good. So, and third thing is live wisely, justly, and generously. The fourth thing. The four things is knowledge, skill, wisdom, and understanding. You remember these four important principles which will take you to a higher level. Because knowledge is power, knowledge is life, knowledge is divine. Therefore, know everything what is happening. So, information, technology is so very important today that it's everything. Therefore, acquire knowledge to get. But here, knowledge is only a theory. Any knowledge that is not applied knowledge, knowledge at all. Therefore, the knowledge must be transformed, must be converted into power. So it must be converted. Therefore, technology is more important, skill is more important. Then, skill and knowledge is also not that important because Hitler had technology, he had power, but he did so much bad. And then, he was almost a curse to the entire humanity. There was merely knowledge and skill will not help. You must move a little higher up also. It is called wisdom, intelligence. It doesn't need anything at all. It needs only a power. It needs only reflection. It needs only thinking. When you think deeply, all ignition takes place with the rotation. A dynamo is that where you just wind the way. The moment, the faster the movement of the dynamo, greater the electricity. Therefore, mind also is a dynamo. Our mind also is a dynamo. The more you think, the more you reflect, the more it will be. So nothing comes out without fear. Therefore, wisdom is also. But most important is understanding. Understanding the highest thing, not knowledge, not skill, not wisdom. When you understand a problem, the whole issue would be solved. Therefore, man must be in a position to understand things. Between India and China, before 1958, there was understanding of India, China, bhai. When that understanding was to fight, all our resources had to be diverted into defense in that way. Therefore, if understanding is not between husband and wife, how is a hell? Divorce would take place. Therefore, understanding is the most essential thing acquired that kind of thing. Then finally, I should say 5 things. One is chastity, sincerity, simplicity, industry, and frugality. Chastity is the most important. Haya कहते हैं हमारे पास. So zina के वास्ते बड़ी हद के. Therefore, chastity means the purity of the self is most important. Then simplicity. See, simplicity. You take our own Islamic history. हाथ का तकिया खाक का बिस्तर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम कहते हैं हाथ का तकिया खाक का बिस्तर ना so simple once prophet went somewhere Hazrat Ali was sleeping on floor with a little wet And then he making it up, all pebbles were there in back. His own son-in-law, so simple, sleeping on the ground, and then pebbles on the back. Our life was so nice. I mean, no luxury, nothing at all kind of a thing. So simplicity. First is chastity, then simplicity, then sincerity. Let there be no hypocrisy. What you say and what you feel must both. They must agree. Not saying one thing and doing another thing is not at all necessary at all. Therefore, hypocrisy, no hypocrisy. Chastity, sincerity, simplicity. And then integrity, that is called integrity. Then we got frugality. Israf majao. You just spend whatever is necessary, nothing more than that. Frugality also is important. Don't be in question. बड़ा होना हंसता इसराफ दूसरों तक फिर बजाए तो we must not be in. Then again industry, hard work without nothing descends from the heaven. We have to achieve from the own heart. We have to achieve from our own heart. Happiness is the result of our own effort and so on and so forth. Life lives like a geyser if only you cut through the rock of inertia. Life lives like a geyser if only you cut through the rock of inertia. It's a hard work that matters most. Happiness is out of the reach of laziness. It can so it is industry. ये 5 चीजें के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट. फिर हम कहूँगा उसूल में हमारे पास है मौलाना आजाद 3 बातें कहे हैं. एक मजहब, दूसरा अखलाक, तीसरा तारीख. मजहब, our religion is God से मिलाते हैं. Is the link between God and man is only religion. God dwells man, that is conscience. Kindle the conscience, the touch of learning, then you will know the value of, then you will know what the responsibility. God dwells in man, that is conscience. Kindle the conscience, the touch of learning, then you know the responsibility you owe to the society. So between God and man, the relations are the ideas. Ideals and dreams never perish. Ideals and dreams never perish. Therefore, there must be a kind of a line. God dwells in man, that is own conscience. हमारी ज़मीर को जान, ज़मीर is inside thing. मौलाना आजाद uses a term called इस्तेदाद. दाखिली इस्तेदाद और खारिजी इस्तेदाद. दाखिली इस्तेदाद means the internal potential, and khariji means the external potential. External potential also is the external portion, power, energy, camera, whatever you got is outside. They have their own. They have their own utility. But then that utility was only to inner ability. It has come out of the thinking of a man only. So therefore, that is not so important. This is more important. So it's kind of a thing. So mazhab. Then akhlaq. Akhlaq is the link with man. Link with God first, link with man and man. This is gregarious, very social animal. Our relation is good. All knowledge is only the fructifying the knowledge and the horizon of human fellowship. And a kind of a thing, we got to have a principle of life and so on. So, it's a kind of mazhab. Then, tarikh. Tarikh means saza wa jaza, ends, consequences, results, do as you mean. So, there is always a just part of it. So, also kind of a thing. Then also, yesterday you were saying that we must औसाफ मौला है ना, हमारे तारीखी विषय को मजबूत करना है. हमारे तारीख yesterday gave an example that our तारीखी विषय, our historical heritage starts with the attributes of God. How many attributes of God are there? All the water in the ocean become ink and all the jungles become pen. At least go to a few principles which are enumerated. One is haq, truth. Second is love. The third is knowledge. The fourth is light. The fifth is creativity. You adopt these principles, they are very helpful. Truth. How do you define truth? Truth is the reflection of reality unaffected by any kind of a prejudice. Truth is a purity as it is, no addition, no claim. It is mathematics. In a mathematics 2 and 2, 4. It don't become 2, 3 or kind of a thing. So it is exactitude. It is exactitude. It is more important than anything. Exactly. Truth. Then beauty. Beauty is perfection in everything. You know, people conduct beauty competition. They measure so much here, so much here, and it kind of proportion. The whole thing must be measured. Right proportion constitutes. Abu Ali Sina has one sentence. You know Abu Ali Sina, who is the Avicenna we call him, about Godism. All reality is eternal beauty, whose nature being self-expression, God itself reflected in the whole world, in the holiness. Because of love, love is perfection made. So a long sentence which says that all reality is the reflection of beauty, all reality is eternal beauty, whose nature being self-expression, God itself expressed His universal mirror. Because of love, love is appreciation meeting. Here there are certain concepts. He wants to know who God is. God is reality, haqiqat, or hay. You can't say the whole thing exists. It can't be seen. Who is running the government? Let us say, practical, Modi. You see, there before us, I'll be saying it. But then he exists somewhere. So like that, there is someone up on the energy, power, you call it by any line. But still, some force is there which is guiding thing, in a kind of a thing. वो नजर नहीं आता हमको, नहीं? मगर एक देख के हवाएं उड़ रही हैं, जमीन घूम रही है, दरिया बह रही है, everything is happening, something and something. But there is a man to the automatic will not happen. This cable will not be moved unless someone moves it also. When there is so much a movement, there is a person behind that kind of thing. Therefore, this is a haq. And then beauty. Beauty is perfection in everything. Then third is love. Love is the sentiment, which is not a feeble emotion. It is not a passing estimate. It is willing, strong, deep, enduring. It is strong, deep, and enduring. And it is a kind of a dream, a sentiment which is very creative in nature. So after love, then knowledge. Knowledge is power, knowledge is life, knowledge is divine, knowledge has got so much about without kind of a thing. Then about light. Light is two kinds of light. Yesterday I said about two light. One is absolute light, the other is contingent. Absolute light is God Himself, which is self-existing, self-infinite and self-manifesting. And a distant ray of God's love, absolute light, is man's mind. Man's mind is doing wonders because he is landing even on the moon, and then reviving the collapsing heart, and splitting the atom and then he is sweeping the floor of the motion. He is scanning, he is doing some number of things. You see, the industry of a small mobile phone, you could talk to Obama, you can talk to Trump, wonderful thing. We are now imagining, we can't imagine. When we were students, we were studying that the atom is a thing which can't be split at all. Now I split the atom. There are electron, neutron, proton, neutron kind of energy. Several things. Therefore, what is important is light, knowledge, creativity, truth, beauty. They are very essential. We got to remember the important thing. Then also I said yesterday that in one verse, Allama Iqbal has said, हफ्ते किश्वर जिससे हो तस्खीर बे तेरो तुफुन तू अगर समझे तो तेरे पास ये सामान भी है. तो 7 faculties God has given to us. क़ुव्वत फ़िक्र, क़ुव्वत अमल, क़ुव्वत इस्तेमाल, क़ुव्वत हाफ़िज़ा, क़ुव्वत तमीज़, क़ुव्वत इरादा. ये intention ना, ये कल तो मुझसे हमें we could achieve anything also. What I am saying is that if a person, then yesterday I touched also on what is called as the laws of nature. So one must remember the laws of nature. The first law of nature is nothing exists for your own sake. Nothing exists for your own sake. Whether it's a sun or a moon or a hill. And give the example also that शम्मा खुद जलती है दूसरों को रोशनी देती है. ये दरख्त लकड़हार को भी अपने साये से महरूम नहीं करता. नहीं एक गाय खुद अपना दूध नहीं पीती, दूसरों को अपना दूध देती है. At least 3 examples of a tree, of a lamp and a cow. You can still remember. So live for others also. Man, just as in a family, the mother only the child, she destroys herself, but she wants others also. अब ये खुद भूखे रहेंगे मगर दूसरों को खाना खिलाती है ना. That is the example. You can't have them. So the first law of nature is nothing exists in a vacuum. The second law of nature is that everything in the whole universe is internally designed in such a specific way that it is something specific. Everything in the universe is internally designed in a way which is something specific. Example, from the egg of a chick, you will not get a duck. मुर्गे के अंडे से मुर्गे का चूजा बतख नहीं निकलेगा. Therefore, we are all human beings. Therefore, we must not be inhuman. That is the meaning. We must be human only. We must not be. Was Hitler human? Was Changiz, Hilaki, Modi, Bush, Blair? They are not there. Therefore, the whole world is of a different mood at all. Kind of thing. So that is the second law of nature. The third law of nature. The greatest good is the knowledge of the union, the whole nature. अल्लाह मियाँ ये खुदरत की इतनी चीजें बनाई है, हमेशा खुदरत से अपना ताल्लुक, अपना जहन जमान, हमारा जहन और ज़मीर और दिल दिमाग सारे का सारा जो है ना खुदरत से लगाना, खुदरत से लगाना. वो कुरान में ये जो है उसके मुताल्लिक़ मौलाना आज़ाद जो कहें, एक बात याद रखना, कुरान बार बार इस बात पर जोर देता है कि हकीकत सनाशी की एक ही राह है, वो ये कि जो बसीरत जो खुदरत बारे ताला आपको बख्शा है उसको काम में लाकर अपने वजूद के अंदर और अपने वजूद के बाहर जो कुछ तुम महसूस करते हैं उस पर गौर करो. अच्छा वे लॉन्ग सेंटेंस बट अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग. Again and again Quran is insisting that the intellect which God has given you, utilize that intellect. And utilize what? You utilize in the reflection. What is reflection? Reflection within own, within yourself. What you have in yourself? You have a kidney of a force of only a few grams. But if it doesn't work, dialysis. Then again another piece of lump of flesh called heart. If it doesn't work, you are gone. Moses of the gadi. Heart stop हो गया, Moses of the gadi आना. So then, and up again, ear, mouth, nose, how many things can. But more than that, you have got the brain. Brain is the most important. Most important. If mind does not work, Nimhans, where to go? We are mad kind of a thing. But more, I have a value more than head is the heart. See, if mind is not all right, at least you are a madman. You are still alive. But if heart does not work, no. Therefore, pay more attention to heart kind of a thing, So, this is what is called as the greatest good is the knowledge of the union with the whole nature. So, how can, for example, nature is a huge banking concern with unlimited stock of health, strength, happiness, good temper, clear wit, bright vision. It changes under nature. Yeah? Health. Strength, happiness, good temper. Good temper, so mood अच्छा रहना. Mood अच्छा नहीं रहता सारा दिन बड़ा खराब लगता है. Clear vision, अपने think clear रहना. No confusion. The think must be very clear. Then bright vision, आपकी bright vision. Rush to its headquarters 10 miles away. बेंगलुरु शहर से 10 माइल दूर जाना होगा. Rush to headquarters 10 miles away. And she will allow you to draw on your own account as lavishly as you require. In this bank, you could draw as lavish as you can. And then in our account, जितना पैसा उतना है, overdraft देना तो मुश्किल आती है. So here there is no question of overdraft. You can draw. So nature, that is why you can say the law of nature is that the greatest good is the knowledge of the union. The mind has the whole nature. Then law of nature also says that there are two appreciative factors and the efficient factor. The efficient factor, appreciative factor. The efficient factor is science. Do exactly as it is necessary. Mathematics, calculation. Appreciation is going deep, dive deep into the ocean, to the bottom of the ocean to get the parallel. So appreciative, see the thing beyond efficiency. अब ये सारी चीजें हैं. हयात means life. What is the purpose of life? The purpose of life is बा मकसद बामानी अखलाकी तहजीबी जिंदगी बसर करना जिंदगी का मकसद. ये 4 थिंग. बा मकसद बामानी अखलाकी तहजीबी जिंदगी बसर करना इंसान का मकसद है. So live a good life with a purpose, helpfulness, which is of use to others. So law of nature, you can appreciate the fact. Then also said in law of nature that you observe the phenomena in the whole world, that something is happening some way, somehow, every time it's happening. So the entire world is in a process of development. So rise above maturity to the stage of sublimity, nobility, solidarity, to realize the whole world is in a process of development, and you also be a part of the development. The whole world is a process of development. You also be a part of development. Unless you are a part, you are a liability. Are you an asset or a liability? Don't be a liability. Be an asset to a liability. So there are certain laws of nature which are all very essential to copy. The whole thing will come here. Then another law of nature is there are 2 things in nature: the change and changelessness. Change. Sun is there, rising, dawn, dusk, midnight, afternoon, kind of a change, weather changing. But changeless, sun is there. It was there last year, last billions of years, it was there in. Therefore, the change and changeless, uski misal, changelessness, change, both are there. Changelessness का example, चूंटी का इन्हेमाक, बदख का बीच की पकड़, बदख का घोड़ा का, यही ना भाई. The industry of an ant, the gentleness of a cat, the fidelity of a dog, the calmness of a duck, is so important. They never change. They never change. You observe a phenomena that a small bee, how much a cooperative bank, it gives you honey, it sucks the nutrient from the flowers and gives you, and then there is obedience, there is a king and a queen, and then all obey, they work hard. You observe an ant, there are 2 ants, one ant coming this side and this side, unless they meet, they don't depart. So greeting, the sociability. So Taimur was losing his battle. Taimur the conqueror. And then for continuously 3 years, one defeat after another. At last, he went to a cave, and then in a cave he slept. And when he slept, he observed that an ant came, picked a grain. The grain was heavier than the ant itself. Therefore he could not lift it. He tried first time, second time, third time. He counted in the 73rd attempt, the ant was successful to take the grain up. I'm a human being. That is an ant. It attempts 73 times. If I fail, so God became the conqueror. And Maulana Ali says that तैमूर से चूंटी का अज़म सीखो, चूंटी से अज़म सीखो. तैमूर ने चूंटी से अज़म सीखा. So the